What's going on, everyone? Welcome to today's Wise 5 pick stream. We had our couple days off, feeling rejuvenated, ready to give out some more winners. Right, Ben?
Sir,
Yes, sir.
that's the plan.
That
5
is
and 0, right?
that is in fact the plan. 5-0 is always the plan. That's the dream. If we could go 5-0 every day, something's wrong, honestly, but not with us.
Yeah. Yeah.
So as always, quick little recap before we hop into it from the last stream, which was on Saturday. It was a 2-3 day, which is not the best, but not the worst. We had a win on Red Sox money line and a win on Indians team total over 3.5. We had losses on Arizona Mets over 8 because there was a pitcher swap. So it was a little sad, but we'll take the loss on that. We had a loss on Barrios over 6.5 Ks. He just didn't have his best stuff. And we once again suffered a home run in the first inning loss on our Nerfy in Tampa and Oakland.
Those hurt, man. Those solo shots. Was it a solo shot?
No, I think it was a 2-run home run, but it was off Glasnow. I was surprised. I was expecting,
Yeah.
if anything, it would go the other
man.
way. Also, I'm assuming that we have some new faces in here, so welcome everybody. If you hear a strange noise, that's my dog. She's rolling around on her back on the floor, going like, "Wah." She'll stop that
I
at some
always
point.
have to let people know about
Well,
that.
yeah, because they can't see her. She's like behind
Like,
my
man,
chair
this Nick guy
/ off
has
camera.
some stomach issues here.
Yeah, I'm starving. I'm starving for some winners. So quick rundown of how the stream works. We have 5 different categories. We have a money line, a game total, a team total, a player prop, and then, of course, a yes or no run first inning, aka the Yerfies and the Nerfies. We have our best pick of the day from each of those. We're going to cycle through our 3 different sports books that we are affiliated with. We have DraftKings, we have PointsBet, we have Superbook. We're going to find the best line, lock it in live on stream so we can calculate the records and the exact return on investment that you could get by following along, locking in the picks live with us as we're going through doing what we're doing.
And a big thing for us
shady
guys
business.
is we're full transparency. Everything's documented. There's no funny business because there's enough going on in this industry of that. So, we want to make sure that we're transparent. And if we win, we win. And if we lose, we lose. And that's sports betting. So
Exactly.
long term, though, we'll be profitable.
That's the plan. So let's hop into it. Starting off with our money line, wise pick of the day. We're going to go with a very slight underdog in this one. The Toronto Blue Jays. Oh, God. No. Why did it do this? I have to.
Close out.
Yeah.
Come back in.
Yeah. That's annoying. That was fixed earlier today. But we're going to go with the Toronto Blue Jays money line plus 103 against the Atlanta Braves. So what is it about this that we like? For me, I think it really comes down to the pitching matchup. So we have Robbie Ray on the mound for Toronto, Bryce Wilson on the mound for Atlanta. Wilson, he's a young guy. He's 23, now in his 4th major league season. So we kind of have a little bit of knowledge about what this guy is, despite him being so young. Dog. And it's not good. He's not terrible, but he's not good either. So 3 starts this year, 2 earned in 5 innings against the Cubs with only 1 strikeout. 3 earned in 4 innings against the Diamondbacks with 4 Ks. 4 earned in 3 innings against that same Cubs team, again with only 1 strikeout, against a very strikeout-prone Cubs team. So this is a guy who's not really getting a lot of strikeouts, putting a lot of guys on base. And I think against the Blue Jays bats, that's a recipe for disaster. On the flip side, Robbie Ray. When Robbie Ray is on, he's legitimately one of the best pitchers in the game. When Robbie Ray is off, he is terrible. He's terrible. But Robbie Ray right now is pitching fantastic. In his career, walks are kind of his big problem, and he has no walks in his last 3 starts. So last 3 starts for Robbie Ray against Tampa, 3 earned, no walks in 6 innings, 9 Ks against Tampa. Against this same Atlanta team, 2 earned in 6.2 innings with 5 Ks. And then last time out against Oakland, 3 earned in 6 innings, again with 9 Ks, and again with no walks. This is an Atlanta team that struggles, or has struggled this year against left-handed pitching, which is a little bit strange. Probably some small sample size issues there. But I really think that Wilson is gonna do his thing. He's gonna give up 4 in 3 or 4 innings. I think Ray's in line for another solid start, especially if he can keep his control down. And I like the value with the Jays at plus money.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I mean, we're getting the Jays at plus money. I think you have to take that every time in this spot. So,
agreed.
I like
Also, we might actually have seen some line movement here. Line's been moving in the Jays' favor all day. It was line is suspended on PointsBet. That's a little weird. Wow, Ben. Jays now at minus 130. I literally looked 20 minutes
change,
ago.
I think.
Is there a pitching change in this one?
I mean, possibly.
I'm
what
still
did
seeing Wilson.
PointsBet just show?
PointsBet has it suspended.
Yeah, but there was a pitcher.
Oh yeah, it's fried now. Late pitching change. Or I mean, not late, but pitching change for the Braves. So we're gonna have to take this one off for now. We're gonna come back to the money line. That's a bit of a shame. I mean, honestly, the Braves is probably a little bit better with Fried on the mound as opposed to Bryce Wilson.
Yeah, and I mean, even if we got this locked in, it wouldn't really matter. So,
yeah. So we'll come back to this. We're gonna come back around to the money line at the end. See if we can get a line on this game. If not, Wilson in for Fried. But it's been Wilson all day.
yeah, Wilson's been the guy.
Yeah, I think it's Fried in for Wilson. But either way, we'll
come back to that.
Yeah, we'll come back to that. Again, this is the honesty that we have. If the line moves, even from where it was when we liked it 10 minutes ago, we're not going with it. We can't lock in a pick that we can't show you a live line for.
Yeah, and even if it was live, it would be a no play. So it wouldn't really make a difference whether it was an hour ago or now, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you can find a book that lets you do that, which I don't really think they exist anymore.
Yeah, so Jake says his book had Fried and just switched to Wilson. It's been Wilson all morning on RotoWire. So we'll see. We're gonna wait for some confirmation on this one. But anyways, our game total, wise pick of the day, is going to be the under 8 in the game between the New York Yankees and the Tampa Bay Rays. Hopefully we can lock this one in at least at minus 105. It actually moved to minus 106 on DraftKings. Still sitting at minus 105 though on Superbook. So there's that. So Ben, fill us in on this one.
Yeah, so the first part about this one is Jordan Montgomery, and I know this is a guy who not a lot of people like, and I don't think they have confidence in, but looking at some of his numbers, he's not as bad as a lot of people think. His ERA's average. I would say, Nick, off the top of my head, if you were to take every pitcher in the MLB and kind of rank them, I think he's going to be right near the middle, I would say, which is okay in this one because, we don't need him to be outstanding today. We just need him to, not implode and give out, 5 to 6 runs. So I think he's going to be able to minimize the damage. And then on the other end, Luis Patino is a guy who is pretty lights out. He's only going to pitch like 2 to 3 innings, I would believe. He hasn't gone over 3, I think, all season.
Yeah, well, I was actually reading that they might let him go 4.
Oh, wow.
Today.
Well, that would be great. I was not aware of that. The more innings we can get out of him, I think the better. Probably to a threshold, right? We don't want him going maybe the full game. He probably doesn't have that experience. But I'll let Nick continue because I'm going to steal his point on the bullpen. So.
Okay, yeah, well, I mean, that's okay. You're allowed to steal my point. It's your point also. But so in addition to the fact that we think that Montgomery's going to limit damage. I mean, he's probably not going to go 6 innings, no earned. He'll give up 2, he'll give up 3, something like that. But the Yankees have the best pen in the league. So if Montgomery can limit the damage, Patino, again, is going to get 3-4 innings. Potentially Ryan Yarbrough coming in after him. I don't think that's confirmed, but I'd say it's better than 50-50 that Yarbrough comes in after him. If we get 1 run from Patino, 1 or 2 runs from Yarbrough, and then we're going into the 7th at 4, 5 runs, maybe 6 runs, the 2 of the best bullpens in the league. Yankees, literally the best bullpen in the league, worth 2.5 WAR this year, 2.79 ERA. Ray's bullpen, a little bit misleading because of how often they use openers. So primary pitchers who come in and throw 4, 5, 6 innings technically count as the bullpen for the Rays. But still, the guys who come in at the back end are especially solid.
And something interesting about Jordan Montgomery, just kind of throwing this out there, his fastball is not one of his top 3 pitches. That's something you seldom see in today's game. He throws his curve, changeup, and sinker almost the same amount of the time. And then he has this 4-seam and a cutter that are kind of secondary. I shouldn't even say secondary. I should say, secondary to those main 3. But, something pretty interesting. You don't really see that in today's game.
Well, I mean, a 4-seamer and a cutter are both fastball variations.
Exactly. But, I mean, those are his, 4th and 5th top pitches.
Oh, yeah, I see. I gotcha.
Yeah.
I misunderstood.
So, yeah, I mean, that that can be a blessing sometimes, or it can be a curse, because if, he leaves a few curveballs hanging, that could be trouble. But at the same time, he's done decent this season. He hasn't really had a terrible outing, so I think we'll be okay.
Yep, I think we're going to be just fine as well.
Yeah, and a lot of I know Nick isn't the biggest sharp money guy, but there are some good sharp money on this under, and a lot of public action on the over, so I'm okay with that.
That pains me.
Hey, reverse line movement too.
Oh God.
Who's playing an under in a Yankees game these days anyway? I'll put it that way.
Us. We are.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I'm going to touch on some of these comments. So Larry says, agree with the pick. Can you mention why Orioles was not the pick? We can touch on the Orioles-Mets game when we're done. We don't have any picks from that, but we'll touch on it at the end. Jake also loves Orioles. It seems like everybody really likes the Orioles today. I mean, Means coming off a no-hitter. It makes sense. And then they're plus money. Jared's on the Braves. Sorry. So apparently Wilson is the guy coming in for Fried. So I guess maybe RotoWire was just ahead of the game. I mean, I was looking a couple hours ago at this one and operating under the assumption that Wilson was the guy the whole time. So that's a little weird. But we'll see. We have a couple other money line players that we like. I have one that I like. I know for sure. Yep. And Larry says, I think we haven't seen the best of Montgomery. I remember when he first came up. Yeah, he was like a really highly rated prospect. Had some various issues, injury-wise, control-wise. But he's got the pieces, really, to be a top-quality pitcher.
Yeah.
Fried went last night? Okay, well, yeah, then he's definitely not pitching again today. That is a certainty. Yeah, he just needs to stay healthy. Hey, I mean, if they throw Fried 2 games in a row, then I really like the Blue Jays. But I don't think that's going to happen.
That'd be crazy to see that. DeGrom just pitches 3 straight games.
Yeah.
Arm falls off.
He's on the injured list.
Literally, arm falls off. 7th inning.
Hey, I mean, if his arm goes through the strike zone, it's a strike, right?
Gonna have to check the rule book on that one.
Yeah,
there's, baseball with those weird rules of theirs.
Yeah, I'm a little iffy on that one. All right, so you ready for wise pick number 3?
Yep, let's do it.
All right, so this is one that Ben is in love with. Our team total of the day. We're gonna go with the Astros over 4.5 against Ohtani and the Angels. So Ben, I think this might be a little controversial. The Ohtani
Yeah.
hype train is full steam ahead.
Well, I think that's part of it off the top. I mean, who wants to bet against Ohtani? He's the, you know, best thing in baseball right now, right? Everyone loves to talk about him. But diving a little deeper into his numbers, I realized a few things.
You don't have to dive all that deep into his numbers to realize a few things.
Well,
but sorry, continue.
yeah. But I will say this. This is what I found. So Ohtani has a high strikeout rate, and you know his strategy at the mound is he's gonna throw fastballs right down the pipe, and you know he's gonna have you miss them. I mean that's his game. His chase rate is very low, so you know guys aren't chasing balls outside the zone. It's literally, hey, it's almost like you know it's coming, right?
He
Hey.
just doesn't throw the ball in the strike zone.
Yeah. So, having said that, this Astros team does not strike out a lot. And Ohtani is also allowing a shit ton of walks. I mean, he's in the bottom percentile for walks, which is not good. So, I think with that combined, you know, Astros not striking out and walking a lot of guys, there's going to be a lot of traffic. And, you know, it only takes for one hit from Bregman or Altuve or Brantley, and it changes the game. So I like Astros a lot. Also, Ohtani's only going to pitch 5 innings. He's not going to go super deep because of, you know, his just injury prevention. So, you know, the Angels rank around 21st, depending on what you're looking at for their bullpen rankings. So Astros will have 4 innings of a bullpen most likely from the Angels. So, yeah, I like this to go over. I feel pretty good about this one.
Yeah, so it's insane how little Ohtani throws the ball in the strike zone. 41% of his pitches this year are in the strike zone.
Wow.
That's why he gives up no hits and walks 6 guys a game.
Crazy.
It's remarkable.
At some point, like that's name a pitcher who's done that and been successful.
There isn't one. I mean, nobody's just done that, period, successfully or not.
Yeah. But then people are going to be like, "Oh, Tawny's different, man." I'm like,
yeah, he's
different,
built different,
but not in that sense. I mean, I know he's a good batter, but yeah, pretty insane. I mean, it's a very interesting style, and I think that the Astros are going to be ready for it. They're a veteran team. They're not going to be scared of Ohtani. We'll put it that way.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, exactly like you said, it's a team with good plate discipline who's gonna hammer the balls that are in the zone and lay off all the ones that are out. So there's gonna be traffic.
Absolutely.
There's gonna be runs. I like this one as well. It took me a while to actually come around to liking this. Not gonna lie, but
Yeah.
I do like it.
Yep. So 4.5. I'm curious if there's any 4s, but it's very doubtful.
No,
You could
there's
find a
not
4.
4s. I mean, so
Yeah.
I just had it up over here. It's 4.5 minus 110 on Superbook, 4.5 minus 108 on DraftKings, and on PointsBet we're looking at 4.5 minus 125. I don't know if you can see that or not. You can't see that. There it is.
Yep.
But yeah. Long story short, we like it.
Yeah. It's going to be a fun game to watch. I mean, Astros are always good baseball, and it's Ohtani, so I'll definitely be watching this one.
I agree. So on to our player prop of the day. We have a plus money player prop. This is a guy that we went to twice last week. We hit once, we barely missed once. We're going to go Whit Merrifield over 1.5 hits today at plus 187. So this is an interesting one. So I guess first let me bring up this number. Looking for player props, looking for hits, and there he is. Whit Merrifield, total hits, over 1.5, plus 187.
Nick, are you a Whit Merrifield stan?
I am a little bit of a Whit Merrifield stan. I feel like he's a player that just is a solid baseball player and doesn't get talked about at all.
Well, you know why that is.
Because he's a just ordinary dude who plays in Kansas City.
Exactly. Small market, man.
So I'm pretty sure that Whit Merrifield leads the league in hits since 2019. Just full stop. And exactly. Larry says great success against Boyd, and I really think that that's an understatement. Whit Merrifield demolishes Matthew Boyd in the Whit Merrifield way. He has no home runs against Boyd, but he's hitting 25 for 51 against Matthew Boyd. Yeah, that's 490. Nobody goes 490 over 51 at bats just against anybody.
And you know who knows that? Boyd.
100%.
And I was actually talking to some guys who are pretty close to the game, and they're like, now with the analytics and stuff, all these pitchers know who have success versus don't against them. And starting off the game, Whit Merrifield.
Yeah, so I mean, he's the leadoff guy. He's going to get, for sure 4, probably 5 plate appearances against Boyd. Boyd's not a guy who walks a lot of people, so we're going to see a lot of balls in play. Boyd earlier this year played Kansas City. He threw 8 innings, no walks, only 3 strikeouts. So that's a ton of balls in play. Good luck for Boyd that only 3 of them landed in for hits. I don't think that luck is going to continue.
No.
That's just not sustainable. Merrifield also is not the only guy on the Royals who's had success against Boyd. Let me pull up the numbers real quick. So this is not including the game. Oh, actually, yeah. This is including the game from this year. So Hunter Dozier, 10 for 24 against Boyd. Benintendi's 4 for 13. Sal Perez is 10 for 39 with a couple home runs. Jorge Soler is 5 for 15. Lot of success. So Merrifield is going to get 4 plate appearances, probably going to get 5 plate appearances against a guy that he just absolutely rakes against. And there's an 11-mile-an-hour wind blowing out in this one.
Yeah, I like it. Plus money.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Polar Knights says, gosh darn, it's MLB, not MILF. Totally misread that. No, that stream comes later. We have our MILF picks of the day coming up.
Late night edition.
Yeah, that's the 11 o'clock p.m. stream. You're very excited for Ben when you saw the splits.
I was very excited for Ben when I saw the splits.
Not entirely sure what you mean, Larry. I'm going to be honest.
Well, you should always be excited for me.
I'm excited for Ben. I wake up and I'm excited for Ben.
I'll take that as a compliment somehow.
Oh, you meant Nick? Thanks. That means a lot to me.
He was all over that too.
Mary, yeah. I think that's it's a fantastic looking prop. So Merrifield's had hits in like 9 of his last 10. I think he gets to tonight pretty easy. And getting it at plus 187, I like it. So there's a reason. So Whit Merrifield is like the only guy who these hit props are over 1.5. Everybody else is over a half, but Whit's are over 1.5. And I think that says something.
Yeah.
And I think it creates value. I called this prop once before this year and it hit. Not on stream. It was in our subscribers Discord. But yeah. All right. Are you ready for the last pick, Ben?
I'm ready.
You're ready? Well, I guess it's not even the last pick because we have to go back and find another money line.
Yep.
So our Nerfy Yerfy wise pick of the day is going to be running it back to one that we've already gone with, the exact same pitching matchup. We're going to go with no run first inning in the Marlins Diamondbacks game. So last time around in the rotation, so just 5 days ago, we had this no run first inning as our wise pick of the day, and it lost because of a stupid solo home run in the bottom of the first. But that home run was the only run that either starter allowed in that game. So I think that the cap was good We just got bad luck as to when the run was scored. So this is Pablo Lopez going for the Marlins, Madison Bumgarner, who gave up that home run, going for the Diamondbacks. Both of these guys are really hot. So Mad Bum, like we said, gave up one home run last time out against Miami. That was one of only 2 hits that he gave up in the whole game. Prior to that, he had another game against Colorado where he only gave up 1 run. Prior to that, he threw a no-hitter. Obviously, no runs in the first inning there. Prior to that, against Washington, only 1 earned run. So we're looking at 3 earned runs total over the last 4 games for Madison Bumgarner. More than a strikeout per inning every game. Pablo Lopez, on the flip side, I mean, it's like the same deal. This guy's on fire. No earned runs allowed in each of his last 2 starts. That's against the same Arizona team and against Washington. And in the 2 starts before that, a combined 1 earned run. Both of those starts coming against San Francisco. So Lopez is on fire. Bumgarner's on fire. This lost last time because of that 1 solo home run. So the price that we're getting is even better than it was last time. So I like it even more. We're a little cold on the nerfies and the yerfies, but I think this is the perfect spot to bounce back.
Yep. So you said it, Lopez. I mean, I feel like the market still hasn't caught up to this guy. Like, it's weird for me to say, but he's pitching very well. And then Bumgarner, that was a guy that I was wrong on. Earlier this season, I thought he would just come out early season and just not have his stuff, and he's proven me wrong. I mean, he had this 7-game no-hitter, which was really impressive. So he's been pitching well, and yeah, I think no-run first inning, not trying to overthink this one, 2 good pitchers, and other than that home run Nick mentioned in the last matchup, that would have hit. So I think we get it today.
I agree. I'm feeling good. So Jake placed this before the stream. Awesome. Love to see it. I mean, so this is at minus 115 here on Superbook. I like this to like minus 130, minus 135. I think it's a fantastic value. Yeah, Duke. What happened to the money line pick? There was like a pitching change. So the lines for the pick that we had Blue Jays at plus 103. But there was a pitching change between when we decided on that being the play and when the stream started. And part of our shtick is finding the lines live on stream, locking them in. And if we can't do that, we had to change the pick. So we're going to go back to the money line play. Find something else that we like. Gino, what's up? Haven't seen you in a while. Glad to see you here. Like the over 8 in the Arizona game. Yeah, I mean, I lean under here just because of this pitching matchup. I mean, I think that the no-run first inning and the under, liking both of those kind of have to be correlated. I think it's kind of hard to like a nerfy and like the over at the same time in a game, unless there's like an opener going. But it's totally possible that, I mean, that one of these guys implodes. I'm just not seeing it.
Yep.
All right, so speaking of our money line, let's take a look and see what we got, Ben.
So unfortunately, the Rockies Padres game isn't up, but that was one that I was, kind of curious to see what number would be available. I know you liked another one though.
Yeah, so I'm a fan of the Royals today against Boyd. We have the Merrifield pick. Royals money line is sitting at minus 124 on DraftKings, minus 121 on Superbook. So this is a pick that I like. I don't know that I'm like sold on it. The Royals are a little cold, although again it is the Tigers. People were talking about the Orioles earlier. That's a tough one for me.
Yeah, it is.
So Means is good, but Stroman is also really good. And the Mets are actually a pretty good team hitting against left-handed pitching. And the Orioles are quite below average hitting against right-handed pitching. So I think that both of the platoon splits with the pitchers against the respective teams favor the Mets in this one. I don't feel like plus 133 is enough to take the Orioles. is kind of the way that I feel.
One other money line that I like a little bit is the Brewers. It looks like it's a -135. But yeah, just wanted to throw that out there. Freddie Peralta. Cards are hot right now, though, but they also did play the Rockies, so take that for a grain of salt.
Yeah, I think being hot against the Rockies is not worth a whole lot.
Yeah, someone said they're 8-2 in their last 10. I'm like, well, 3 of those were against the Rockies, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the Brewers is kind of interesting. Peralta's K number is really high. I was looking at this one for pitching props. Kwon Young Kim. I was looking at his over 4.5 strikeouts at +100 as a potential prop. I don't know if do we think Yelich is playing in this one? Or is he like back on IL? He's not in the expected lineup. I didn't see that he was back.
He could be a pinch hitter type position.
Yeah. Larry likes the Marlins. I think yeah, I mean that's a tough one. I think the Marlins. They're sitting at plus money, which is nice. I just don't know who's going to score. I think it's going to be a really low-scoring game, and I just don't have a good read on which of the two teams is going to be the one that gets the 2 or 3 that they need.
Yeah,
do you have any
I don't
read
really
on
like
that
no, not really. I don't really see a lot of good dogs today. I mean, I guess the Orioles would be the one, but I just don't like a lot of the numbers just for underdogs. So,
what about Pitt over Cincy? So I think that's a pretty popular public play today.
It is.
I don't know that I agree though.
Pittsburgh at home.
I mean, Pittsburgh is not good. They can't score runs. I know Jeff Hoffman is not a good pitcher, but I mean at the same time, are the Pirates going to be able to actually put in the runs that they need? I don't know.
Yep.
I mean, and JT Brubaker's been pitching well this year, but I don't know that he's a guy who's going to keep doing that. So this is a kind of tough one for me. I think somebody said Twins earlier. I can't bring myself to trust Maeda this year. There's something off.
I like the Royals.
Yeah, I mean I hate going Royals money line again, but I feel like I just have to do it. I think
I would say for me, Royals number 1, and then Brewers would be 2. That's the 2 that I like, I would say.
Yeah, so what are the Brewers at? Brewers are at -130.
135.
I see -130 on Superbook.
Ooh.
Right, let's do a comparison. So we have Brewers -136 on DraftKings, -130 on Superbook. -124 for the Brewers on PointsBet. For the Royals, we could grab them at -116 on PointsBet. Also, Titanic Picks, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that very much.
Thank you, sir.
We have Royals -124, Royals -121. So yeah, so the choice comes down to Royals -116 or Brewers -124. I'm leaning Royals.
Okay, yeah, I like Royals.
So are we gonna lock that in?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. I think that's the second time we've had to do a quick change. It actually would have been appropriate if we went with the Brewers money line, because the last time we had to do something like this, where there was a big line move, we actually ended up going with Freddie Peralta over strikeouts. Ben, do you remember that?
I do remember.
As our kind of deliberation play. It would have been a nice callback to go back to Peralta again. just in a different way.
Yep.
But yeah, I think we'll take the Royals to break out of their slump against a pretty bad Detroit team and a Matthew Boyd that they really beat up on. So that's all we've got. If you guys have any games that you'd like to talk about, let us know. Otherwise, I think we're going to call it. We appreciate
being on the same side of a nerfy boost. Corey Church said that DraftKings had a random plus 160.
Was that like a specific boost that they were offering, or could you apply the boost to any pick? Because that makes a big difference.
Yeah, that does make a big. Hopefully, it was just a random.
Yeah, that's kind of what I feel like. Yeah.
I mean, DraftKings did one of those earlier this season on a specific game, so it was a Sunday night game, granted, but
yeah, boosters always sketch me out.
They really do.
They don't offer them unless they have a good feeling that it's going to go a certain way.
Yep. You know who told me about them? Now I'm so paranoid.
But yeah, so I'm assuming that most of you in here are in the Discord. If you're not, I strongly suggest joining up. I dropped a link for that down in the description. And as always, at the end, I'm going to advertise. If you're looking to support the stream in a financial way, the best way to do that is by linking your Amazon Prime account and your Twitch account. I changed the link that's in there. So there's a 2-minute long YouTube tutorial that walks you through it. How to link your Amazon account and your Twitch account, like exactly what buttons to click on in what order. So if you have an Amazon Prime account, you have no excuse. Now there is literally no excuse. Be sure to link those, and you can subscribe for free, no additional cost to you.
For free.
For free. That helps support us financially on the stream. Also allows you to use our beautiful, beautiful Capwise lock emote to tell us about your favorite locks of the day.
Astros 4.5 team total over.
That's Ben's favorite lock of the day. I mean, I really like this Whit Merrifield hit prop. I'm not gonna lie. Titanic Pick says DraftKings has a live 50% boost daily for any MLB live pick. I see.
I'm fine with the across the board ones. I just get so sketched out when it's like, hey, come get this boost on this game.
Exactly.
Right
It was
here.
like, I think the best example of that was everybody was offering boosters on Conor McGregor when he fought Poirier.
Oh God.
So you knew. Not that the fix was in, but that he was just crazy overvalued.
The sports books made the most money on an MMA fight in history on that fight.
Mm-hmm.
The handle wasn't. They had like 97% of the money on Conor. Just insane.
That's insane. Oh.
Yeah, absolutely insane. I don't think you'll ever see that in another sporting event. Well, I mean, a big sporting event. We'll put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty wild.
Yeah, plus 160 is 100% boost.
Oh, 80. Sorry, I said 97. I think it was 87%, but still.
Yeah, but still, with like millions of dollars.
How many people bet that?
Uh-huh.
Plus 160. I might have to look into that. I guess I haven't seen that before.
Yeah, exactly. And McGregor was like minus 300.
McGregor, like,
yeah.
UFC,
There was somebody in our Discord who threw 9K on McGregor.
Had the ticket and everything.
Uh-huh.
Trent at bookit lost 1,000 something.
No.
Thing,
it was just
everything.
Football, everything was off about it.
Nick, in football, minus 300. Let's say you give up the opening kick for a touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. We still have 47 minutes to play. UFC, a knockout. That's it. You're
exactly.
That's why I would never lay heavy money on a favorite in UFC. All right, guys. I think we're going to call it. We'll see you in the Discord. Best of luck today, and we will be on same time tomorrow.
Yep, 100%. Looking for 5 winners today. Gonna have 5 more tomorrow.
All righty, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yep.